What's going on, everyone? Thank you so much for joining in today. My name is Mario, and this is the Neko Prince YouTube channel.
Be strong.
Today we're going to be making a Skyrim-inspired face mask. I'm going to give you a quick overview from the process of starting all the way to the finished product. To start, we're going to use Inkscape. A lot of other people use Adobe Illustrator. There's also Corel Draw and a few other programs out there that you can use. I learned on Inkscape. I think it's very beginner friendly. I just had issues when I first started using Adobe Illustrator. So I use Inkscape to do most of my designs. I'll use Photoshop to do editing. So in Inkscape, I already have the design made. I will make another video going into more detail how I make my designs. So design is made on Inkscape. All we gotta do is go ahead and save it as an SVG file. Now we're gonna go ahead and open up Silhouette Studio. Now I have the Designer Edition, and the biggest reason I upgraded to the Designer Edition is because it gives you the option to drag and drop SVGs. To me, that was huge. The only other option I had using the free version was saving as a PNG, importing the PNG, and then tracing it, which no matter how good the trace is, it's always going to lower the quality. And it'll also add more nodes that don't have to be there. Alright, once we have Silhouette Studio pulled up, all we have to do is locate our SVG file, drag and drop. And ungroup this. You get rid of this. This is a different design for a t-shirt. And that's it. From here, all we gotta do is, I like to group it to just make it easier to move. Size it to whatever you need it to be. In our case, we're gonna be about 5 inches. Right click, always make sure to flip horizontally. Mirror your image before sending to your Cricut or your Cameo. Alright, so let's go ahead and get our vinyl loaded. Now, the one thing I love about the Silhouette Cameo is the fact that you don't need a cutting mat like this one. It has a built-in roller, which is absolutely amazing, and I really don't know what I would do without it. So let's just go ahead and feed here. And let's give it a little bit of slack. And we're ready to cut. All we gotta do is weed it. So I ended up cutting 2 on the same side because this is actually a pretty popular design on my Etsy store. So I always like to have a backup for the next one that I have to make. So before I start weeding, what I like to do when I have all these tiny little pieces is get some tape, go ahead and open it, fold one side, and just make a little sticky side there. You'll see why in a minute. So let's start weeding here. Like butter. Alright, so this is where the tape comes in handy. These tiny little pieces, instead of having them all over the place, all you gotta do is go ahead and stick them on there. That's it. Alright, now let's just go ahead and turn on the heat press. Alright, so as you can tell, I'm not using a normal heat press for this. Since it's a mask, it doesn't lay flat, right? Because it has the nose part and it has the part that goes under the chin. So my solution to this is actually to use a hat press. Alright, so I always use 305 degrees Fahrenheit, and then the time is obviously not 60 seconds, it's actually just more like 18 seconds. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get our mask. Oops. We're going to go ahead and get our mask and slap it on there. Obviously, make it nice and neat. So we're just going to go ahead and stretch out the mask across the base of the hat press. Once you get on there, just go ahead and give it a little pre-press. Give it a quick little pre-press to release any moisture. And then center this where you want it to go. Make sure it's within the lines of the press, so that way you know it's actually being pressed. When it comes to these masks, to be completely honest with you, I don't put any paper on top of it. I just throw it down for about 18 seconds and that's it. Alright, that's pretty much all there is to it. We went ahead and made a face mask inspired by Skyrim. This was just a quick how-to print a mask using heat transfer vinyl. And we'll go ahead and dive deeper into each part of the process in future videos. And I really do have just a lot more planned for you guys that I hope makes it easier for you to start printing shirts, printing masks, accessories, merchandise, anything. So stay tuned. And if you like this video, you found it informative, you found it helpful, go ahead and please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share the video. Again, my name is Mario from Geeky Crafts, and I'll see you guys next time.